Another one. My life, guys. Jesus Christ. Another one. I guess we're going to have to go round 3 afterwards for a quick one. We're going to have to do a quick turnaround and try and go for round 3. Yeah, but we're having a little girl. Baby looks happy, healthy, developing well, so everything is good. We're all...
You know, he's sitting there going, yeah, we're having a girl. God, I wish it was a boy. Daggone it. I know Bosch told me he knew for a fact it was going to be a boy this time. Lord had different plans. Amen, Lord. He had different plans. He said, thou shalt have another little girl.
This is bullshit. When he jumped on. Hold on, no.
Now he has 2 girls now,
relax.
I think.
Hold on,
Maybe, two girls.
Oh, that was fucking anticlimactic.
Australia's scariest spider is hiding a deep secret. But what is it? Well, introducing the huntsman, native to the land down under, and the #1 cause of tourists absolutely shitting themselves on camera. Now look, in defense of said tourists, I will be the first to admit, yeah, this looks scarier than a f***ing job application. Those gangly ass legs and the hair make him look like Slender Man's testicle. Now, as if having a negative charisma stat wasn't bad enough, I regret to inform you that the huntsman spider grows up to 30 fucking centimeters in size, making it the largest spider on the planet by leg span and legally allowing Subway to market him as a foot long. Now, being the spider equivalent of a Ford F-150, you'd think he'd have the common decency to be slow, you know, tank build. Unfortunately, the huntsman is fucking turbocharged. Now, it's usually at this point in the video that I would inform you that he is also...
I was talking to a guy in Australia in public, and he was explaining he could shower. I think you meant to say he couldn't shower because a spider was in his shower. My God. I've told this story before. I remember sitting in a car with Koil and NoPixel. We were driving around, and every time Koil would talk, you'd hear quack, 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 quack. And it was these fucking birds outside his window. And I opened up his stream because he's like, what the fuck is that? I open up his stream and I'm watching, and I hear him on his stream say, sorry about that, guys. There was a, I don't think he said it was an anaconda. I think he said, there was a python attacking all the birds on my roof outside my window. He sits down like it's normal. Like it's normal to have some gigantic snake attacking birds on his fucking roof. And then, bro, that's just one of the stories. He told me another story that there was this old abandoned like factory near him or something like that. Maybe it wasn't a factory. Maybe it was like a large reservation. I don't know what it was, but anyways, they were getting it ready to build on, and they did something that pushed all the spiders away from that area, and all the spiders ended up congregating in like his backyard. So his entire backyard, the fence, the grass, all of it was nothing but cobweb. Like his entire backyard was all cobweb and just spiders. Brother, I would burn my house down. I would legitimately burn my fucking house down.
Highly venomous, because it's Australia. However, that's his big secret. The huntsman is a big sweetheart. You see, despite looking like an SCP, huntsmen are incredibly timid, and on the rare occasion do bite, their venom is harmless. In fact, seeing one of these bad boys in your house is a blessing in disguise.
It's
because
killing
if
all the
you see
little
a huntsman
ones
in your home, I guarantee you won't see any annoying ass flies or mosquitoes, because he's eaten them. You see, he understands he's big enough that he should be paying rent, and so he contributes to the household in pest control. I personally have had one of these bad boys as an 8-legged roommate, and I can tell you they're pretty good company. Except for the part where they cause car crashes. Yeah, you see, huntsmen like to hide in tight spaces and cracks, and they do it by flattening out their body to fit into the gap. Now, in the house, that usually means you'll just find them behind a painting, but when you're flying down the highway at 110k an hour and decide to flip down the sun visor because God is trying to flashbang you, yeah, they like to sleep in there and you've just dropped one into your lap. Now, whatever you do, don't panic or you're going to crash the...
I'm so sorry. I'm not OJ.
I'm not in.
Yes, you are.
Oh.
Oh, shit.
Oh.
Oh, shit.
Wait, what the fuck happened?
Ranger's interesting at the moment. Yeah, Beer and Barry have been like the dream duo at the moment. I think they're probably the best part of the Rangers right now. Genuinely.
Agreed. No argument here.
Yeah, it has
no
been
argument
hilarious.
here.
As long as they keep it like within the realm of reason, I think it's gonna be fine.
Agreed.
Yeah, I mean, I think overall things with the server going in. I
Oh,
think
Rav
the faction
sniped him?
stuff is cooled a little bit, which we'll be getting that stuff all in order here probably this weekend. It just all this stuff takes time, and unfortunately, time is sometimes a scarce resource. I wish I had more reliable people to come in and like push the stuff on the faction stuff, but we didn't get it this time. We didn't get people who did that, and like the admins that were
Thank you for
helping
the
us
10
burned out
months, man.
between doing all the different faction stuff. I wish I had more good roleplay bodies that could help me push this stuff day in and day out. Honestly, it's fucking exhausting. 3 factions was optimistic for sure, but we're gonna get back on top of that. The Coke game needs more conflict. Well, look, man, the reality is like we have BBMC doing Coke, we've got TDMC doing Coke, and we've got Chang Gang doing Coke. Chang Gang got bored of doing Coke because there was no conflict or nothing going on the island. BBMC does it in a different time zone. TDMC is just very slow about the way they do things, and what that's kind of caused is a weird dynamic where now no one's doing it. So we'll have to spice up the Coke game a little bit. I have some ideas for it that won't.
Unpopular opinion, and maybe it's popular. I don't know, but an opinion nonetheless. And this is coming from someone who doesn't have any skin in the game when it comes to like the drug stuff. I am not a fan, personally, of these, like the cocaine being on Kyle. In my opinion, it's so far out. Like, I'll give an example. People could go up to Polito and sell drugs pretty consistently and never get arrested, which some do. But people will still go to like LSIA, an instant car swap, bike swap. Basically, they will show that they have no interest in actually getting in a chase. Like when we play Grim, I want cops to find me. I want the chase. But most of the time when I'm chasing these people who are selling drugs, they do not want the chase. Instant swaps, instant blocks, instant let's get out of this chase as soon as humanly possible. I don't want to get arrested. Which is fine. The point I'm trying to make here is that they could do the exact same thing that they're doing at LSIA in Polito. But they don't because they don't want to drive there. They don't want to take 3 minutes out of their day to get them from where they are to Polito so that they can sell and basically sell for free. Now let's talk about Kyle. You really think people are going to go and find a heli or rent a heli, fly all the way there and do daily or patrols trying to find the 3 gangs that are growing cocaine there? The point I'm trying to make is it's so far out and people are so fucking lazy that they just don't even do it. They don't even want to do it. I mean, hell, I'm in the same boat with the Rangers in just a different way. Like with the hunting, I could go and fly over hunting areas and try and find out if people are hunting illegally or not. But at the same time, why would I do that when I can just do something else that I know there's going to be conflict and I know there's going to be people there that I can talk to and I can do shit around. I just feel like the Cayo Perica stuff for the cocaine is what's killing the cocaine. I feel like you need to have all those drugs centralized to somewhat degree in areas that aren't easy to get to, but at the same time aren't a helicopter or a boat right away, that can cause friction and that can cause problems with other gangs, you know? Why is it limited to 3 gangs? Well, roleplay, number 1. I think there's roleplay behind it. And number 2, because you don't want Slapdick number 1, 2, and 3 who just flew off the plane or just got in, bought Prio, who's been watching Kev or Ramee or, you know, the Ballas or whoever to get off of that plane and to instantly be a drug lord. It doesn't make any sense in roleplay, so they have to restrict it. That's why there's a lot of restrictions, is to deter people like that from just speed running multi-millionaire status. That's the whole thing with factions. They're trying to give each gang something, to some degree, something that can bring them a reason to be around. Like something that each gang like somewhat controls. Does that make sense? But then you're a gatekeeping note. You have to have gatekeeping to some degree, cause. And you know me. You've been watching me for a long time. You know I'm as anti-gatekeeping as possible, but there's some things you just have to, or people are shitty and they ruin it. Or like, you know, for example, Shotz doesn't do the gatekeeping of the factory. How long until the factory was literally just people treating it like it was a trash can? Oh, let me just drive in there, fucking do whatever I want. That's what happens when you let people, like, you know, when you let everyone in there, people just stop giving a fuck about it. You know, you have to gatekeep it a little bit.
Probably look to implement in the next week or so, but just to be honest, the next focuses for the development team are going to be mostly around like the music industry, which we have a lot of it done. More mechanical conflict? No. There will not be more mechanical conflict. It's something we steered away from already. Like the only thing that gives conflict now are counters, and a lot of those are people camping the places. It wasn't because they got a snitch or something like that. Why MPD? Is that the hop out shit that Ramee's doing? I've only seen a little bit of that. The ultimate troll. Well, that's interesting. Yeah, it's mostly just been Zolo. So we'll probably have to rotate out a lot of the whitelists, which we'll do now. And I think the factions just need to be getting a little bit more fresh in general at the moment. But I'd see this phase of factions and gang system on its rundown towards the beginning of August with a new faction system and new gang season starting, to be honest. Also, we are completely redoing the prison right now.
Hell yeah!
I don't want to get too crazy into it, but that's been the big project we've been working on. You guys have seen like the comic book heist, which was like really great, obviously.
Ravage talks about Rangers earlier in the video.
Were pretty shit, particularly like criminals that had nothing to do with the racing scene, like involving themselves. Play server, it's a collaborative environment. You know, just because you don't want a war doesn't mean you're not going to get it. Just because you don't want conflict doesn't mean you're not going to get it. Yo, Death Guard, happy 4th. Patronizing. I'm not trying to be meeting all of my expectations, so I'm glad to see that they're all having fun. I think we do need to yeah, the Rangers are doing well. It's kind of what I hoped would happen. It would be a content avenue for content creators to come in and not be in the strictness of what we need PD for regular calls to be. And that's worked pretty well. That's why I made it, did the badge, did the fat chipmunk. That's why I pushed everyone into it. Like,
this is all
meeting
true.
all of my expectations. So I'm glad to see that they're all having fun. I think we do need to even out some of the entitlement though. That comes with the Rangers. Like some people feel entitled to think they can go into the Rangers and get away with stuff that other people are getting away with that are doing some, you know, there's a difference to go around and jokingly be horrible and people being able to read the room and be okay with the situation, and then some random Ranger come in and, well, let me just say it, that aren't like that don't have the ability to read the room or the
Oh, Otter.
yeah, I think that's fair. Dirty Pirate. I don't call anyone out, but yeah, I mean, yeah, Otter's a decent example of like him, like he was really overbearing with the commissioner before he was a ranger, and then he got overbearing and then got a shot, and then, you know, was insubordinate. And like, I think a lot of the people that go into the Rangers probably need to realize that not everyone can do that shit. And if you're going to do that shit, you need to do it in a way that's like, you're reading the room to the situation, you know, because we just can't have the Rangers be the, I don't have to follow any rules department. It has to be the, you know, the fun, good experience department, you know, where we give them a little bit of slack to be able to do fun, interesting things that are like mutually beneficial for the people they're interacting with and them, you know, that makes good content, good role play, good fun, because we bend the rules a little bit. That's what it needs to be. And some people just need to understand that going to the Rangers doesn't absolve you of, you know, having to follow the rules of the server or the rules of the police
Well,
department.
I think that's what makes ZB and Bear and even Squirrel, Lil D, even like Meadows to a degree. I think that's what makes all of our Rangers really good, is like they know they can pretty much get away with murder, but at the same time, you have to do it the right way. You know, like for example, I woke up or I got on the server the other day and Little D's like, oh, I got to write a bunch of reports because they're auditing my reports. I still want our Rangers to feel like they have to do their job, you know? Like they're not protected from every little tiny thing possible. Like for example, with the Otter situation, you know, he's a dumbass. He did a couple dumb things. The reality of it is that Otter didn't get fired because he threw someone off a bridge. He got fired because the way he did it, the way he lied about doing it, and the stuff that happened prior as well. Even though he might not be, you know, I'm gonna be honest. From what I watched, I obviously, like, I was told I didn't watch all of it. Like there was something else that happened in the meeting or something. I don't know. Listen, all those motherfuckers, they need to put their egos to the side, number one, okay? These motherfuckers, there's a reason that they didn't do that stupid shit whenever I was chief. And now that I'm not chief, they feel like they can get away with slinging their dicks around. I'm seeing that a lot more. The high command dick swing contests. But is what it is. I don't think Otter was that crazy for saying what he said during that situation. But again, you know, when you keep getting yourself in problems or, you know, in these positions, you're going to get caught up at some point. You know what I mean? And when you get caught up, like, I mean, his punishment is literally he has to become the mayor or in the council. That's a pretty severe punishment. I think he's learned his lesson as well. He's been gone for what, 2 weeks now? So, says you. Well, I mean, but that's the thing. You guys watch me do a bunch of stupid shit all the time. But you also watch me go into the cells and argue my points tooth and nail, because I know enough to be able to do really stupid shit and talk my way out of it in the court of law, in the cells, with a lawyer, with another officer. Like I'm a high enough rank to where I can do pretty much what I want to do. I have enough knowledge to where if I get caught doing what I wanted to do, that is I shouldn't have done, I can defend myself doing it, because I've grinded for 6, 7, 8 months straight to get to this point. Otter was a cop for 3 days before he got in trouble for the first time. He got fired after a week. There's a big difference between the two. You know what I mean? There's a big difference. Yeah, well, again, that's what makes Pred good, is because Pred's a shitbag. He does stupid shit that he shouldn't do, but he knows how to defend himself. And he knows how, if he does go to court, how to defend that court case. And ultimately, I'm telling you guys, this will happen. Some Ranger will do something that we cannot defend and we cannot beat. We're going to get caught with our hand in the cookie jar and we're going to get sued, and it's going to happen. But that's the fun part, you know? That's going to be fun. Whenever we have to go into court case and we're going to have to explain what happened and lose all of our money in the court case for doing something stupid. That's going to be enjoyable. When YNPD gets caught and we all get in trouble for it. But I'll tell you this, I am not the person to deny roleplay because I don't want the consequences of, you know, someone being stupid. I welcome the consequences. I think it's going to be fun.
So that's going to apply, right? Pick up at the bush. I mean, yeah, I can do that, but Hutch should just use his words and tell me, and I'll just make that a thing. It's not that hard.
Well, for me, I don't want to bother Rav. Rav is literally, he filters questions from everyone all day long. That's why I tell Gav. And then I say, Gav, can we get this? And Gav goes, okay, let me work on it. And then Rav's here saying Gav hasn't even talked to him. So I think this is a Gav problem. Gav, what the fuck are you doing? Huh? You being useless, Gav? What the hell?
Is there something in the Sandy Crypt? Yeah, because I'd tell you that. What's happening here?
I got the
This fucking motherfucker's on here looking like
let's not talk
Cisco
about
in 2025. Fucking this motherfucker's breaking character.
Yeah. He just.
Mike is awesome.
They say. What are you doing?
Oh, sorry. It says to spray on flat surfaces.
Can you order an XQC's voice?
Hello, welcome to the
Quick question. Could I get exactly what the person in front of me just ordered, like the entire meal?
I'm sorry?
Run out and trade. Just run in here. Just run in here.
Okay, just give me a second.
And then this other one's gonna run. This other one's gonna run.
I'm gonna leave the engine on, okay?
Put the guns down! Guns down! Guns down right now!
Whoa! Whoa!
Chill!
Guns down right
now!
Chill! My hands are up! Dip on the back. Dip.
Down right now.
Come on, everybody out! Leave!
Stop!
Leave! Oh my god. Oh my god. Dude!
Taser!
I had the gun on them the whole time. What the fuck?
It's because you didn't talk.
Wait, what happened? They refused to negotiate? Wait, so like did the cops go in there and try and talk to him and they just didn't? I don't know. I'm not even going to try to understand.
Thank you.
The DOC's here to take you up.
Both of
but
you girls.
hold on,
You
hey.
can suck my dick, choke on it, all that.
Hey, pull it out right now, big dog.
You don't want me to pull out.
Hey, pull it out right now and I'll go to
You
town
don't want
on
me to
that
pull
thing
out.
in
You
front
don't
of
want me to pull. You want me
everybody.
to stay there.
All right, listen. I'm straight, but you ain't
You
never
like
had
it.
your dick sucked this good in your life. All right?
Okay.
Hey,
You wanna suck my
hey,
dick? Is that what it
Rosa,
is?
can you pull out the phone and give it?
Invincible hacker.
He's here. He's here. Yeah, he's here.
Oh my god, he is
Yo,
there.
get the fuck out of my house, you dumbass.
Hey. Hey, man.
Yo, you're annoying as fuck. You're a virgin, you little piece of shit.
Wait, when did this happen?
And he's invisible. He's invisible, so he doesn't have a fucking state ID, yeah?
I mean, it looks it has to. This has to be on public, right? I know. I think the funniest part about this slap dick cheater is that he missed like 7 of the shots.
Can you just clip
he
that?
shot.
Can you guys clip that right there real quick?
You the best.
You little ass bitch.